Good morning. Hi, this is Monica Bessom. I'm doing a source presentation this morning on the Arab ambassador in Constantinople. The source did not say who it was written by specifically, but I would assume it's some sort of historical recording in the court of Ibn al-Bakalani, who would have been the imam of the Sunni tribe at that time. The reason there was a division in the Nation of Islam, as we have learned, when the Prophet Muhammad died in about 632. This caused a division, creating the Shiites and the Sunnis, and the Sunni leader would be Ibn al-Bakalani. Question 2. An Arab ambassador in Constantinople. The genre seems as though the account in meeting the Chamberlain who represented Basil II was being misrepresented, and the Chamberlain might have been devising a plan in his own fashion, but when it comes to meeting with Basil, he doesn't seem to care what he's doing. The secretary goes to Constantinople in order to confront this Chamberlain in hopes that there was a miscommunication or the terms of the agreement were misrepresented, and so he wants this corrected. He goes and the Chamberlain refuses. He has already sent word to Aleppo, Baghdad, and the Byzantine Empire that this is the agreement, yet all three agreements disclose something different. And the Arab ambassador refuses to change what they are altering this agreement, and he refuses to accept it and says this is the consequence. Otherwise, I will leave and we will make no agreement and you will be in war with us. Let's see. Question 4. The theme shows that there was a very cordial and concise patience from the Arab ambassador, and possibly that was something that they really want to convey, that he was not brutish or threatening, other than to say, this is what we're willing to do, and if you don't agree with it, I'm going to go back and that's okay. Question 5. To me, the Sunni and Shiite split would definitely be the factor, as they would be separate leaders in Aleppo and Baghdad. And I feel like that's kind of why Basil II's court or the Chamberlain could care less about redefining this agreement or giving correct terms, because they really felt that there should have been a reputation for what he had done with the Bulgars, as we had learned in this week's lecture. It really put it into perspective that's why he kind of disregarded these people. I thought it was something different, that he thought that these two warring leaders could care less and they'll fight it out against themselves. But it must have just been that he expected people to know his reputation. This is an important source because of the perspective that there was still a misgiving that the Shiite ability to have authority versus the Sunnis, and it was kind of their own doing, as we know that they brought a lot of their own mercenaries in to help them conquer their empire, and now they did not want to handle giving over power to the people that were going to be fighting for them and protecting their empire. Also, we see today that the Sunni make up over 80% of the Muslim nation, and I just would say that the level of deceit seems very underhanded, and it was a mistake that just seems to be shrugged off. And I feel like it's the same thing we saw when any culture that thinks that they're in dominance looks to a minority and thinks that they are better than them. This source developed and changed my opinion on the historical topic. As far as when the first couple times I read it, I don't believe that I understood its influence until we learned more about Basil II, and kind of he was trying to erase his mother's reputation, and in doing so, he was kind of over the top, especially when we saw how he reacted with the Bulgars. But also, it just also shows us that later on that there was such an intrigue to the secretary's position. Who was he and who would he later go on to be? Because as we know, the Turks end up taking over. The Sunni Turks end up taking over most of the conquered Byzantine Empire, and they start to lose their grasp on a lot of stuff. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have a good morning.